course, we all want the best for our children and for them to have even more opportunity than we had. Well, the best way to do that, of course, is to teach them good habits. Learning good money habits now can guide your child for a lifetime. So it's equally as important. Eulalie Scanduzzi, it has created a very easy way to make those lessons fun for all kids and kids of a wide range of ages, too.
That's right.
You have created this thing called the Moon Jar, and I want to say this is based on kind of a Rockefeller tradition. Explain that.
True, yeah. Rockefeller, well, it was Rockefeller's mother, and I do think that, you know, a lot of mothers try to address this issue at home, is how do we begin talking to our kids about money? And so he grew up with the concept of, you know, the three jars on the kitchen shelf. His mother had 3 jars on the kitchen shelf, one for sharing, one for spending, and one for saving. Actually, they had charity, and I like the idea of sharing better. And anyway, that's where the light bulb, you know, moment came on for me.
So we have the 3 slots here, and spending, sharing, saving, so you can put your money right in, you know, the kids as they get it. And the idea then to think about how your money is going to be used in the future. So sharing it, making your world, making your community a better place, or whatever you'd like to do to be involved, spending it for yourself, and then saving it for that rainy day or for that big item that you want.
That's right. And I know that we all, you know, believe that the rainy day isn't going to come, and it does. And it's just so very important to put savings away, long-term and short-term, and with children to start early. And what a better time to start right now,
yeah,
you know, with the spring, you know, new beginnings, and with the summer coming, it's a great time to start putting goals on your boxes for summer. We're going to save
and that's what
summer.
I want to point out here. If we can see, you have separate pictures on here. So things that are important to you. Maybe it's the vacation that you want to go on. There's Elmo, and you know, there's special things, saving maybe for healthcare issues if you want to give to your local hospital or other charities that matter to you. Personalize these boxes with the images that are going to motivate your child. Let them pick out the pictures.
Let them pick out the pictures, put them on the boxes, change the pictures up. Oops, I forgot. Actually, you know, I'm no longer interested in that toy. But allowing the conversation to be on the table through the images, because we are goal-orientated, and I think if we see our goals on the boxes, there's a great chance of success. And with these moon jars, over 1 million people have been affected by them.
And now, I'm sure a lot of folks in the audience right now are wondering, what the heck is a moon jar? Where did that name come from?
Shooting for the moon and putting your dreams in a jar. It's an old Chinese tradition where you put your dreams in a jar, and then at the end of the year you let them go.
I knew there'd be a good answer for it, so you had it for me. And you say kids are visual learners, so that's why the pictures are great. That's why having the 3 slots, as opposed to putting it in one account and divvying it up later, having those 3 separate areas just gives you that sense of accomplishment the second you put it in.
The second you put it in. And I think parents really have a treat ahead of themselves with the sharing box. When your child begins to share with you who they really care about, there's a huge window that opens.
That's a great point. So you're opening up the possibility for conversation to really understand what's important to your child, too, when you let them pick that.
When you let them pick it, rather than it being, yeah, this is what we do. And help them to make their mistakes early on. You know, buy a toy and then realize that it breaks quickly.
Exactly, right. I learned that the hard way with a 20-month-old. You also have this book. It is essentially about kids who have a desire to start the business. Newman Raj, Start a Business, the ABCs of Money. And as we take a look inside here, you do get these money lessons, kind of learn the alphabet, but also learn the vernacular of money, if you will. You know, allowance, budget. These are words that when you get that understanding of them will serve you for a lifetime.
It's like the times tables. We learn our times tables, we learn our spelling bees, we learn how to tie our shoes, but we don't have this vernacular, as you so rightly said, for the vocabulary. And how wonderful to be able to go into a situation and someone say, well, what's your budget? And you know exactly what they're talking about. Well, I've got these many pennies saved, and start off early. It's the building blocks. And put it on the table rather than inside. We keep these money conversations inside too much.
Absolutely. The taboo subject still, and we got to get over it. I have to tell parents, they're the source where kids are going to get their money information. You know that for sure. But this is a fun book for parents to read with their kids because they may not know how to explain budget. They may not know how to explain some of the concepts in here. I'm on R and Q. So, you know, quantity, quality, resources. These are all things that go into being an entrepreneur, being a business person, and the parents are going to learn ways to tell that story too.
Being a good, smart shopper. You can start at the grocery store, and there's a wonderful page in the book that's letter U, you know, where there's the unforeseen disaster, and children love that page. So it does follow Newman Raj through them building a business, and then they have an unforeseen disaster, and oh no, and a lot of people are enjoying it, and I'm grateful for the response.
And I got to tell you, if you get Noom and Raj Start a Business, you get a Moon Jar in there for free, folks.
You do.
You'll at least get Uzi, and you are from Moon Jar and the creator of Moon Jar. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.